The one thing that you learn very quickly in the Pilbara is the most direct route from point A to point B is not necessarily the most interesting. Time to take the road less travelled. Turning left at Roebourne is the road to Cossack, and beyond the state's oldest port is the promise of the Northwest's best fish and chips. Before we get there though, there's something really special I want to show you. You won't find this spot in any brochures. You need a bit of local knowledge. This is the final resting place of one of the nation's best-known wanderers, Red Dog. It's not in Dampier, as the movie would have you believe. It's closer to the home of his friend, vet Rick Fenny, the man whose task it was to bury him. Tell me, how did you choose the final resting spot for Red Dog?
Well, if you look down there, you'll see a bit of marsh and a bit of sand, and if you're going to dig a grave, you might as well pick a soft spot.
So just practical. Was this a special spot for Red?
No, it was more for me. And I sat on this particular rock after I buried him. I sat here and had a bit of a think about things and realised it was a turning point in my life. It was the end of an era, end of Red Dog's era, but it was just the start of another era for me.
And I noticed there's a pretty well-worn path up here, but it is supposed to be a secret spot.
The word's leaked out. I've told a couple of people and people work it out eventually, but I'm happy to share it with the world. 5 years ago, I put this plaque here just of my own bat. I just thought I wanted to put something personal to him.
A short drive from Red Dog's grave is the ghost town of Cossack. Go to the lookout first to get the lie of the land. On one side, there's views of the town's beach, magnificent, and on the other side, the Harding River leads to a once thriving town, home to the Northwest's first and most important port, built in 1863. And it's not just the story of its past that's attracting people from all over the country. From July to August each year, Cossack hosts the richest acquisitive art award in regional Australia, with prizes totalling more than $90,000. It's an unexpected sight in the middle of a ghost town miles from anywhere. And for travellers who arrive while the awards are being held, there is an unexpected bonus. Art classes with the artist in residence, who this year is illustrator Ross Potter. The restored buildings are fascinating for their craftsmanship and their history, and there are plenty of cool spots to discover Cossack's story via the Heritage Trail Map, which I picked up at the Karratha Visitor Centre, which is also where they told me to make this my coffee stop for the day. Very good tip. And just what I need as I get back in the car for our final stop, chasing the sunset and the Northwest's best fish and chips. I first came here when I was 13, and it has been the benchmark by which I've judged all fish and chip experiences since. People come from thousands of miles to try this, and why wouldn't you? Fish and chips, a view like that, there's no words, just eat.